Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. All right, so I'm going to continue our Karma series here while I'm in London. So I just did a reading on MAGA and Trump and what karma has in store for them and what are the lessons to be learned. So now I want to look at corporate media. From the readings that I did yesterday, or yesterday, this just now, which will be yesterday when you watch this video, corporate media is playing a big role in why MAGA is acting the way they are. MAGA's in an echo chamber. Corporate media is feeding them exactly the message that they want to feed them to keep them fearful and engaged in the media that corporate media wants them to engage in. Basically, by keeping them fearful and engaged, it means more money. It comes down to money. So let's take a look at what karma has in store for corporate media. Specifically, I want to look at Fox News with Rupert Murdoch, who's his empire is set to change when he passes on. And if Fox News starts to move back towards the center and starts actually producing unbiased information, that may change the whole landscape that we're currently operating in. But for entertainment purposes only, let's look at corporate media, just the overall karmic energy for corporate media. Once again, I have no idea how this is going to read. I'm in uncharted waters, and if I can't interpret it, I'm going to say so, and I'm going to move on. Okay, so right now we've the foundation, the karmic energy around corporate media is the star. So the star we've been seeing as sort of democracy, the best of the United States. It's also the free press, freedom of speech, and corporate media has been sort of taking advantage of that. Certainly with Fox, they don't have a news license, they have an entertainment license. And by keeping their information the way they want it, they're the star. They're the number one news broadcaster right now. The challenge is the Page of Cups, but the information they're providing is crazy. It's just there to feed the MAGA base. Underneath it, Knight of Wands, they're bringing their messaging forward. They're taking actions to bring the message forward. In the past, you've got Judgment. They've lost court cases with, I think it was Smartmatic. They lost like several $100 million, almost $1 billion in a court case. I forget if that was Smartmatic or if that was the other voting company. Hold on a second, let me take a look. Sorry, not Smartmatic, Dominion. They lost $700 million plus judgment to Dominion for producing false stories about them. So that's in the past. Current energy for corporate media is Temperance. That's ironic because Temperance is all about balance, finding emotional balance. And I'm going to have to invert that card because I don't think that there's any emotional balance in corporate media. If anything, they're going more and more extreme. I mean, if this was a lesson to be learned, that's one thing. I'm calling that reverse. They're recognizing that balancing things emotionally is not good for their bottom line. If they want bottom line, they want to keep it imbalanced. They want to keep the rage. It could be what they're doing is they're trying hard enough to keep the rage and outrage, keep it going, but not over the top. Keep people just on this side of revolution. Just keep them just mad enough to keep them tuning in. Overarching energy is Ace of Pentacles because it brings in money. It gives them new opportunities to make money. Lesson to be learned is the Two of Swords. But they have a choice. They can choose to produce accurate, non-biased news or not. But if they want money, they found their way to make money. And outcome outcome is the Seven of Pentacles, reaping what you sow. They are looking at how much money they can make in the future by continuing their practice of keeping their fan base, they're outraged enough, keeping them mad, and they've got all sorts of money and things of value that they can harvest as long as they keep those actions moving forward. So, okay, so no big surprise. The current karmic energy for corporate media is it's all about money. It's all about the money, baby. And doing just enough agitation to keep people tuning in. It's walking that fine line between getting sued and keeping people aggravated, as it were, but not to the point where they can sue you successfully. Okay, so what's the karmic outcome for corporate media? Let's see what we got here. What's the karmic outcome for them? What's karma have in store? Wheel of Fortune is the foundation. Future's wide open. Anything can happen to them. The challenge, the cross, is the Strength card. Okay, so what does karma have in store for them? What this could be is that there may be, I don't know if you will call them laws, but there's going to be actions taken to show that you're not the strong one. In other words, you're the lion that's roaring, but there's someone that's going to be in charge with you. I mean, this could be as simple as, that where you have to show both sides of an issue. The challenge here, that's interesting to me. It's about the real power isn't in the roar, it's in how you treat people. Once again, I don't know how these are going to go, and I'm going to be stumbling around a little bit, so I apologize for that. Energy underneath it is the Seven of Swords. So what does karma have in the future? The energy underneath it is you've just been stealing. You've been running away, the spy in the camp. You've been taking things that don't belong to you. You basically, what this is they're running off with the truth. That the truth is out there, but they're manipulating and taking the truth and running off with it when you're not looking. In the past, it was all about the King of Pentacles, about how much money we can bring in. We're the power. We give the information. We control everything. Current energy is creating chaos and unpredictable actions from people. That's kind of where in the previous reading where they had the Temperance card in that position. This is what they're trying to avoid. That they're trying to keep it's like keeping something on a rolling boil or a soft boil where it's not bubbling over the top, but it's all you got to do is turn the heat up a little bit to get to a boil. This is just keep the energy level just below boil. But what they've found in the future is they've created a monster, that they've just created chaos and mayhem. Overarching energy is the Five of Cups, sorrow, heartbreak, not happy with what's happened. The lesson to be learned is the Tower. These institutions are going to be brought down. I wonder if this is a lawsuit or there's going to be some fundamental change in broadcasting where they're not going to be able to get around with just forcing people, the rich folks forcing their opinions on people, their own agenda. So you got a Tower moment as a lesson to be learned. The institutions are going to come down. And then the outcome is the Three of Wands, looking out into the future, trying to see when your ship is coming in, what actions are going to be coming at you in the future. I think karmically, we're going to see a major shift in corporate media. They basically, what I'm seeing here is that they've overstepped. They've gone too far, and that there's going to be backlash against corporate media. And maybe that's what that Five of Wands is, just a flurry of maybe legal activity that takes down these institutions. Okay. Yeah. What is corporate media going to look like in the future? Will there be a corporate media? Because we're already seeing a shift away from corporate media. That online content, like what you get from Midas Touch or Belle of the Ranch, where you've got people are starting to turn away from cable TV and moving more towards YouTube and other sources of information. What's corporate media going to look like in the future? Just real quick. I mean, it's kind of reaping what you're sowing. That whole Seven of Pentacles. Okay, Gary channeling his inner spirit there. Okay, Seven of Pentacles is the foundation. You reaped what you sowed. You created this mess. This is your problem. You get to deal with it. Cross is the Magician. There are other news sources out there. People are there's other ways to get information. You are no longer in control because you have been sharing nonsense. People don't trust what you have to say anymore. In the past, we had a strong relationship with corporate media. Think Walter Cronkite, where we trusted you. We had agreements. We had an understanding. But it's coming to an end. That you've abused this, and you will lose your power because we're walking away from you. We're unplugging, and we're going to new sources of truth. And these new sources are bringing new things of value to us. Dang, that's the clearest reading I have had in a real long time. So there you go, folks. I might not know what I'm doing, but I'll tell you with that one, I've got a really positive degree of confidence on that one. It's like, wow. So I guess what's in store for corporate media is you brought it on yourself. You brought on your own demise. Nice knowing you. People are going elsewhere for that. They basically killed the golden goose. They took it too far. They created havoc, and people are just basically walking away. They're unplugging, disengaging from it, going to other sources of information. And frankly, a lot of folks in the comments have said that very same thing. Is I haven't watched mainstream media, corporate media in years, and I don't watch them anymore either. There's other sources out there that seem to serve us better. So sorry, Fox News, but you reaped what you sowed. So that's what I'm going to just leave it at that. I don't need to take it any further than that. So karmic energy. Let's take a look at the karmic energy on the non-traditional media. Since we're talking media, and I've only gone 13 minutes, I want to do one more. So stuff like Belle of the Ranch and Midas Touch. Now, Midas Touch, I love what they do. I just wish that that Ben would be a little less the charged language. I wish he would stop with that. I don't appreciate that. We got enough emotional charging here. We don't. Yes, Trump is despicable. Yes, he's unethical and all that things. I don't need to be told that 500 times in a podcast. Legal AF, I think, does a much better job. Glenn Kirshner, I really enjoy watching him. I haven't watched him in a while, but I do enjoy what he does. So let's look at the future of non-traditional media. What is that? What is the karmic future of non-traditional media, like Glenn Kirshner and Midas Touch and Legal AF and Belle of the Ranch? Belle and Bo I adore. I could watch them all day. Okay, so what's the karmic energy for that? Judgment. Blowing that horn, standing up and letting... you need to basically show who you're supporting, who you stand for, what you stand for. The challenge, because if you don't blow that horn of truth, you're going to be just like corporate media, and you will come to an end. The future is up to you, but it's 3 major arcana right now. Future's up to you. 4th one, find your path forward in the past, finding that path forward, finding your audience, seeking out the truth. 5th major arcana, and the current energy is justice, because you're doing the just work. What you're doing is correct and just. Overarching energy is the 10 of Pentacles. It's time to bring an end to the legacy. The overarching energy, legacy media, was all about money. They lost their way. Lesson to be learned is King of Wands. Take those bold actions. Take decisive actions. And the outcome is the Ace of Wands, starting with the first action. You've got a lot of actions to take. You be bold, and it starts with a single action. I think this bodes very well for non-traditional news sources, such as Midas Touch, Bella the Ranch, Legal AF, Glenn Kirshner, all the folks out there that put together this information. That's what I got. Thank you so much for watching. That was kind of fun. Once again, with the Karma ones, I have no idea what direction they're going to go or how it's going to go. That one went pretty well, I felt. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you agree that it went well. If not, oh well. I'll be back live with David sometime next week, and we'll go from there. He'll give you the same stream of nonsense that he and I normally give you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you like these movies, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe and hit the bell, and we'll wake you up with a new video at midnight Pacific time. You can also leave a comment. I read them all, respond to many when I'm in town. So this one I'll be out of town, so I'll read it. I promise I will read it, but I might not respond. I do want to give a couple of shout outs. I've exhausted my list of shout outs. So how about just some people in the comments, like Ardith McLean, who just left a comment about bricks. Ardith says, I love your readings, hilarity, 1, 2, 3, haha. Thank you, Ardith. I really appreciate that. Hope you're having a great day, and you get the 6 of Cups. It's all about just a little bit of kindness. Thank you for the kind comment. Darlene Fountain. Hi, Darlene. You got the updated thumbnail with your kitties. I hope you're doing great, Darlene. It's always nice to see you in the comment section. You've got that 7 of Pentacles. You don't let them reap and sow on you there, Darlene. You just bring those things of value. And then we're just going to give one more. We're going to go, how about Deanne M? Hi, Deanne M, or Deanne Mom. Really appreciate it. Kind of new to the comment section. Thank you, Gary. You're always a breath of fresh air. Your smile always makes us smile. Oh, thanks. That's so sweet of you. Thanks, Diane. Oh, I don't want to give you the same duplicate card. Oh, dear. I definitely don't want to give you that card. Ah, that meant the world to me, Diane. Sorry if I was cherry picking the cards. I'm trying to keep it fresh here. And then a final shout out to Francis Fair. Hi, Francis. I recognize you. Yeah, Francis is always in the comments. So really appreciate that. Francis, I believe you're in Ohio. So you got the lover's card, Francis. It's all about building those relationships and getting in those high-level agreements. So just be kind to the people around you, especially the ones that love you and are special to you. And for the rest of us, be kind to everyone, because you're going to reap what you sow. Karma says you reap what you sow. That's kind of the message that's coming through on this reading, and I'm going to leave it at that. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will catch you soon. Take care, folks. Bye.